We have a full-fledged confrontation in the works today, instead of just back and forth on social media, because according to rumors, Claressa Shields and Rema have some serious unresolved business. This isn't just back and forth on social media either. Claressa appeared in person and was ready to conduct business in person. The boxing champion is proving that she is not only a formidable opponent in the ring, but also exudes the same intensity outside of it. What specifically is making these two feel like going all out? Let's analyze it and correct the record. As you are already aware, Capo and Claressa Shields have been at odds since the summer cookout. It seems that Remy is having a hard time accepting that Papoose has moved on permanently. She went viral a few days ago for criticizing Papoose and his new girlfriend, and trust me, she didn't hold back. However, things took a surprising turn when Miss Claressa Shields, Papoose's new girlfriend, and the undefeated champion herself, clapped back, making it clear that she is not amenable to Renee's shenanigans. She even hinted that it all started when rumors circulated last year that Rema had cheated on Papoose. Don't worry if you're still trying to catch up after arriving. I'm late to the party, but I've got you covered. Watch what you say before you catch these hands. She did say what she said, and she meant it. What really irritates me and makes me want to kill myself is when you think that because I respond, I don't give a damn, I'm bored, and you need me to do something. I've worked out for 2 hours straight, and the rest of my day is free. I'm on an all-fruit damn detox, so I don't give an I'm bored. Don't ever think that, because let's talk about this betrayal, because after everything Rema did for Papoose, the fact that he actually stepped out on her was the one thing that shocked everyone. Remember, this is the same man who kept her in check for 6 hard years while she was in prison. He wasn't out drinking, having fun, or getting involved in any scandals. Yes, a man who never once raised their daughter and stayed true because, of course, this is the same woman who always puffed Papoose up. Why would she turn around and start looking shady when she had already Papoose married him while he was incarcerated? The first warning sign was that he was immediately under fire on a day that honors great fathers. Instead of pouting, he took a surprising step and wished himself a happy Father's Day. The real dagger was that, to make things worse, he posted a family photo online, which was a picture-perfect occasion, but Remy wasn't there. Papoose was the perfect husband, the perfect father, and the man who could do no wrong for years. And now even the woman he had waited for 6 years couldn't recognize him. However, things have taken a drastic turn, and now Remy is tearing up the internet with accusations about Papo's new girlfriend, Claressa Shields, the undefeated boxing champion herself. It's reasonable to assume that this drama is far from over now that Remy is threatening people as if she were about to throw her hands. And I'm a killer like a boxer, so it'll be like they're talking about this girl, and it's like, I don't know, 30-second fights. 30 seconds. I swear to your ass. Listen, you give me 3 minutes with any of those girls and it's going to be bad. 2 minutes, it's going to be bad. She said you haven't had a fight in a while, so you're really not ready for. She claimed that this work was natural and that she didn't even have any problems. I enjoy talking about fighting, and occasionally people put their hands on her. I love boxing. It's one of my favorite sports. I call the name, but I can't even remember who took you up on 100K. Come on, how much money would it take for you to get into the ring with Remy B? I just want to know. At this point, the girl decided to take things to a whole new level of chaos by releasing what she claimed to be text messages between Papoose and Claressa Shields on December 11th, 2024. Here's where it gets crazy. Arway says she found the texts in her own home after Papoose fainted while talking to Claressa on the phone. One of the alleged texts says, "You're the one who's married." What does that mean? That you can't even tell me you made it home safely or sleep on the phone with me? Oh no, the drama is getting worse. They said that P came home one day while talking to Claressa Shields and fell asleep on the phone, so she called Remy. So Remy, how did we get here? She took this conversation and posted it online, so he responded, yeah, so pretty much that's where we got. She's lying about it. Isn't that what she's implying? But wait, there's more. Claressa Shields wasn't going to ignore this issue, especially since CIA was now exposing Renee for allegedly having not one but 2 side guys. Renee's predicament got worse when Claressa retaliated, asking why her name was brought up at all. Don't let me get involved in your problems, but Papoose wasn't keeping quiet either. He turned the whole story on Remy and came out with his own charges, saying that he was the one who wanted to leave, and that she was the one who had betrayed their marriage and was stalking him. You read correctly. Papoose that he was done and wanted a divorce, and don't think he was going to sugarcoat it. Vented on Instagram, writing, Rema is a narcissist who consistently chooses to cheat on me. I've moved on, and now she's acting like the victim. If that wasn't enough, he also revealed something shocking. I didn't want to engage in this social media nonsense for the sake of my 6-year-old child who has to go to school, so I kept quiet through it all. It's deep. But let's not pretend that this is the first time that Remy's name has been linked to adultery incidents. She has requested a number of divorces, but instead of addressing them privately, she prefers social media drama over workable solutions. Let's move on to the next surprise in this story. As fans have been assuming that Easy, the block captain, and Rema are related to Moan. At first, people thought their relationship was just commercial, almost like an industrial connection. But let's face it, once people start getting together, things quickly spiral out of control. One thing is clear. Now that Papoose has finally come clean and Remy is involved in even more drama, this issue is far from being resolved, but the deed is done, and they both went public with their lovers. I'm not angry about it, and it's nice that Claressa brought Papoose out when she was going out for her fight, having him rap and perform as though she put on for him. You could literally tell when they're together. You can tell that she genuinely likes this man. The block captain's speech gives the impression that Papo knew all along and kept it quiet until now, which is obviously untrue. The real question is whether Papoose was happy with their relationship the entire time, or if he was just acting like it didn't exist. Papoose had been aware of their relationship for 2 years, according to Ease, not 2 years ago. That's why I said I love him, and I love having his support. His support is very different from what I've had in the past, and the way he speaks to me and other things are very different. Tay Rock, a battle rapper who is often involved in industry rumors, decided to put out the fire by implying that he had a married girlfriend before the internet erupted with rumors. Let's face it, that was all anyone needed to hear the real commotion. However, when Papoose went public, he wasn't just talking. He publicly accused Remy of spending Christmas with Ease, a day that should be all about love, family, and positive energy, while he was reportedly with her. Papoose pinned last Christmas when I was at home with my I've moved on, and now that my daughter Remy Ma is here, she's upset and making things up. She won't do it because I wouldn't lie and pretend that I didn't knock this guy out, even though I told her that we could get a divorce like adults. She kept texting me, pleading with me to lie about the knockout, but it didn't matter because he didn't back down. He was in the fetal position when I last saw him. Papo didn't mince words. He was complicit in the alleged cheating, and everyone saw it for 4 days. Rema accompanied him home after waking him up, and PPP went home with his daughter, who, as you can see, was able to tell lies about it again. I shook my head rather than simply ignoring the fact that EAS was playing with his wife behind his back and had the gall to shake his as if nothing were wrong. Papoose used his fist to make sure he felt every bit of that betrayal. Even though this whole situation is unprecedented in terms of betrayal, Dom assumes Remy will be taking it easy on social media. She has been denying the accusations and isn't there to defend herself. Instead, she is here in full force. Remy is fighting hard, denying all allegations and telling people to shut up or put up because there is no evidence that she ever stepped out on Papoose. Let's face it though, Remy never backs down from a battle. Keep going though, because he released more information and this one is crazy. For a moment, Papoose, it seemed necessary for a man who had been waiting for and loving Remy for years to spy on her. If you don't trust someone that much, it's possible that the relationship ended before anyone even spoke, which would take things to a whole new level of chaos. East claims that Papoose put a recording device in Remy's car because he was so suspicious of her. This is a full-fledged investigation of his own wife that goes far beyond mere gossip. Nothing compares to the lengthy and complex history of Remy and Papo, even though they have been together for years and their relationship has been closely monitored due to highs and lows, controversies, and weigh tests. Remy's 6 years in prison were kept together by Papoose, who patiently waited, remained faithful, married her while she was incarcerated, and assisted her during her entire recovery. He was the quintessential ride or die, so the stories went that many people find it hard to believe that Remy could have cheated on them. Additionally, Ease blatantly claims that Papoose was always aware of the relationship, but he's out. This suggests that Remy has been having affairs for years. To make things worse, there are rumors that Rye has dated other men in the industry, so this may not be the only affair. A few well-known battle rappers are snooping around in her past relationships, and there are growing suspicions that Easy was the only one or just the most well-known. Now the focus is once again on Papoose and Claressa Shields. In fact, People are finding old receipts, like a video that shows Papoose looking extremely at ease backstage during a Claressa performance. Even though they haven't formalized anything, the rest of Shields is so intense that it transcends friendship. Since neither of them has assigned a label, we are left to play detective. But it's inevitable that people will notice the connections between two well-known names, like Papoose and Claressa when they start to appear in the same places. You can bet your bottom dollar that every move they make, from their public appearances to their flirtatious energy, has been closely watched by the internet. Both of them are trying hard to appear as though nothing is happening, but Remy is going too far, and the fact that Claressa is even engaged is making things much messier. Specifically, was Claressa always involved before things with Rye broke down, or is she just a close friend helping Papoose through this difficult breakup? Let's just say that the optics aren't in their favor because people are making fun of how much time they've been spending together, while some assume it's just business. Others say Papoose is supervising her behind the scenes, or that they connected over their shared love of the sport. Some people, on the other hand, are just keeping quiet until they're ready to go public, because they genuinely think they've already passed that threshold. Trust me, it was clear that Claressa's clapback to Remy wasn't just an attempt to correct the record, more than just a casual witness, and when they CLA back so strongly, Claressa didn't ignore it. Instead, she made a strong statement to let everyone know that she wasn't going to let Rye ruin her reputation. What's interesting, though, is that Claressa's response wasn't just defensive. It was intimate, and she didn't intend to let Rye act like the victim. This raises many questions, such as why she returned with such vigor. If she was a truly neutral party, why not just ignore it and move on? Her response suggests that she has a strong emotional stake in the outcome, which is making people think about the bigger picture. Or is this just an attempt to correct the record? Let's face it, you don't spend this much energy defending something you don't care about. Papoose and Remy were the epitome of black love goals before all of this drama these days. It's like watching a flawless love story fall apart in real time, but Claressa is locked in, and it's clear that she won't let Remy play her. Does that mean that maybe this is more than just a friendship? This drama is 10 times messier if there is something deeper going on. For example, when Remy was imprisoned in 2008, most people believed their relationship was over, but Papoose refused to back down. People were talking about Papoose and Remy when they talked about true loyalty and partnerships. It was legendary how he helped her through it all. He remained devoted to her throughout it all, not only in the moment. After all these years that Remy and Papo finally finished calling it quits, that man got sick of her like, "Ma'am, I sat here all day." Papoose made sure everyone knew he was waiting for Rye while she was in prison, even though most guys would have gone on this time and wait on you as a man because, as you know, that's what women do. In fact, before you even got a man, they moved on, and they had about 5, 6, 7, or 10 women lined up quickly, but this man waited on you while you were logged on and wouldn't let you go. I'm talking about how he got him a little. The SIS is young and attractive, and she has her own thing going on, so it's not like it's one of these little fans or anything, baby. Now, you're probably the one who was abusive in the relationship, and you probably suffered mental abuse. That man was probably really chill, M. You probably did him really dirty behind closed doors, and he's stuck in the paint. Dirty, but now that it's over with, baby, karma is something else. In fact, it's not even karma. It's just that the man knows his worth and is leaving you where you are. Remy even acknowledged that Papoose was a major factor in her recovery from prison. He was her rock, her greatest confidant, and the person who encouraged her to return to work. They were the ideal couple when she achieved this, not just because they were together, but also because they worked together. Their partnership was founded on respect, cooperation, and support. Regardless of how busy their individual jobs were, they made sure the family came first. Their energy exuded indestructibility. Love and their fans, I adore them for supporting each other on red carpets and at award shows, and they always found time to help each other out. However, Remy's pregnancy journey was one of the most significant turning points in their relationship, and if Papoose ever demonstrated his true devotion, it was during that time. Fans often praised his devotion, calling him the perfect example of what a true partner should be. However, what really set them apart was their ability to navigate as human beings. They were partners in life, music, and business, not just husband and wife. In addition to being a helpful spouse, Papoose was totally dedicated to her, making sure she had all of her material and emotional needs, and nothing seemed to be able to destroy them for years. But he was Remy's manager. spouse, mentor, and strongest supporter. Their love story became as much about business and success as it was about passion as they worked together to build an empire. Many people adore the way Papoose and Remy worked together, persevering through all the highs and lows despite the challenges the music industry presented. They repeatedly demonstrated that their relationship was founded on commitment, sacrifice, and respect in addition to love. It's beginning to seem like their rock-solid foundation might not have been so unbreakable after all, especially in light of adultery rumors, public shade-throwing, and the entry of new partnerships. I'm making sure to openly support one another at every anniversary. Milestone and significant occasion, Papoose lived his loyalty by wearing it like a badge of pride, rather than just talking about it. He was the most devoted husband and a man who was all in for the long haul, regardless of the main theme of Papoose's public persona. Their marriage seemed to be unbreakable to the outside world, a love story that would endure despite Remy's jail term, difficulties in the business world, and personal hardships. Remy was his queen, and he made it clear to the world that he would never leave her side. We feel as though we are witnessing the unfolding of their idyllic love tale in real time. But all of a sudden, everything is going in a different direction than anyone had anticipated, including the alleged love triangle with Claressa Shields, the turbulent back and forth, and the alleged adultery. Papoose, the man who stood on his own 2 feet for years, is now accused of dating a boxing champion, and the woman he sacrificed so much for, Remy, is now being exposed for her own adultery. There are 2 very different aspects of this marriage. The one that was centered on love, devotion, and longevity, and the one that is now filled with accusations of shadiness and betrayal of trust. The truth is hidden behind layers of drama, and the real question is who is telling the truth. If Papoose and Remy couldn't stand the test of time, what hope does anyone else have at this point? Do you think their story is over, or do you think they have a chance? Please share your thoughts in the space provided below. This drama is far from over, so don't forget to hit the notification bell and like the post so you don't miss the next update. Tale fans who believed Papoose and Remy had an unbreakable friendship will find the entire situation unsettling.